When life knocks you down, it's easy to feel broken, as if every struggle is stealing pieces of your strength. But the truth is, the strongest people aren't the ones who avoid hardship. They're the ones who refuse to let it define them. Imagine facing storms with calm, pain with resilience, and setbacks with unshakable focus in a few moments. I'll show you how to train your mind to stay strong no matter what life throws at you so nothing can break you again. When life knocks you down, life often surprises us in ways we never imagine. One day everything feels safe, steady, and calm, and the very next day it can feel like the world has collapsed under your feet. A friend may betray you, a dream may fall apart, or you may lose something you thought you could never live without. These moments cut deep. They leave you wondering why it happened, and whether you can ever feel whole again. But here's the truth. The hardest times are also the times that shape us the most. Growth does not usually come when life is easy. Growth comes in the storm, in the fire, in the nights when you feel like giving up. The strongest people are not the ones who never fell. They are the ones who fell 100 times and still stood back up 101 times. That extra step, that refusal to stay down, is what makes them powerful. Pain is not here to punish you. It is here to prepare you. Every setback, every failure, every heartbreak is a question life asks you. Do you still want to rise? Do you still want to keep going? If you answer yes, if you decide that you will stand again, then no amount of pain can stop you. Think of pain like a fire. If you fear it, it burns you. If you use it, it forges you, just like fire-shaped steel into a sword. The moments that break you also hold the power to build you. A cracked stone may seem damaged, but it is through those cracks that sunlight can enter. In the same way, your struggles can let strength, wisdom, and courage enter your life. Life's storms are not meant to be avoided. You cannot control when they come or how strong they are, but you can control how you stand in them. Some people collapse when the wind blows. Others plant their feet firmly in the ground, bend like a tree, and refuse to break. That is what training your mind is all about, learning to stand steady when everything else shakes. Ask yourself, when something goes wrong, do you let it crush you, or do you look for the lesson inside it? Every difficulty is a chance to learn. Every loss is a chance to grow. Every fall is a chance to rise stronger. The truth is, life will break you at times. There's no escaping that, but it is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. The pain you feel today can become the strength you need tomorrow. The scars you carry can become reminders that you survived, that you endured, that you kept moving when others gave up. So when the storm comes, and it will, don't pray for it to pass quickly. Pray for the strength to face it. Don't wish for life to be easier. Wish for yourself to be stronger. Remember, true strength is not built in comfort, but in challenge. It is not built when everything goes right, but when everything goes wrong and you keep going anyway. When life knocks you down, rise again. When it breaks you, rebuild yourself. And when it tests you, show that you will not surrender. Stand firm, because storms will pass, but the strength you gain from them will stay with you forever. 2. Building mental armor. Strength is not built by pretending life is always smooth. Real strength is built by training your mind to stay steady when life shakes you. Imagine your mind as a great fortress standing on a hill. If the walls are weak, even a small storm can break through. But if those walls are strong, nothing outside can destroy what is inside. That is what mental armor is, a shield that keeps your spirit safe, no matter how wild the world becomes. The first part of building this armor is perspective. Perspective means how you choose to look at things. When something goes wrong, most people ask, why is this happening to me? This question makes you feel like a victim, but if you ask instead, what is this teaching me? You change the story. A failure becomes a lesson, a loss becomes wisdom, a struggle becomes training. That small shift in how you see the world can turn pain into progress. The second part is discipline. Discipline is the act of doing what is right, even when it is hard. It is keeping promises to yourself. It is finishing what you start. It is choosing patience when you want to quit. Each small act of discipline is like laying one more brick into your fortress walls. Over time, those walls grow taller, thicker, stronger. A person with discipline does not need everything to be easy. They can face difficulty without falling apart because their habits protect them. The third part is resilience. Resilience is the power to rise again after being knocked down. It is the voice inside that says, I have been hurt before, and I made it through. I can make it through again. Life will always throw challenges your way. You will fail at times. You will lose things. You will feel broken. But each time you refuse to stay down, your armor grows stronger. Each scar you carry is proof that you have survived. Building mental armor does not mean you will never feel pain. It does not mean you will never feel fear. What it means is that those feelings will not control you. Fear may knock on the door of your mind, but it will not break the walls. Pain may try to weaken you, but you will stand firm. Think of warriors in history. They did not win battles by hoping the enemy would be gentle. They trained, they prepared, they built strong defenses. In the same way, you cannot hope life will always be easy. You must train your mind for storms before they arrive. Start with small steps. Practice seeing the lesson in every problem. Build discipline with little acts of self-control. Remind yourself of past victories when new struggles appear. Over time, these practices create a shield around your mind so strong that nothing can destroy it. A strong mind is not one that hides from struggle. A strong mind walks into the struggle, knowing it will come out stronger on the other side. Every battle you face is shaping you into a warrior. Every hardship is polishing your armor. And when life tests you, you will not crumble. You will stand tall, guarded by the fortress you built within. 3. Mastering self-belief. When life feels heavy and problems surround you, the first thing that often gets shaken is your belief in yourself. Doubt begins to whisper in your ear. You start to wonder, am I strong enough? Am I good enough? Can I really do this? These thoughts creep in quietly, and before you know it, they start to eat away at your confidence. That is why self-belief is not just a nice idea, it is survival. Without it, you cannot move forward. With it, you can rise again and again, no matter how many times you fall. Think about the great leaders, inventors, or athletes who changed the world. What made them different was not luck. It was not that their paths were easy. What set them apart was their unshakable belief in themselves. Even when others doubted them, even when they faced failure after failure, they refused to stop. Thomas Edison, for example, failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. Imagine if he had given up at attempt number 999. The world might still be sitting in the dark. His story proves that belief is stronger than failure. Self-belief is like oxygen. Just as your body cannot live without air, your dreams cannot live without belief. It is the fuel that keeps you going when nothing else is left. And here's something important to remember. Belief is not about pretending you are perfect. It is not about ignoring your flaws or mistakes. It is about trusting that you can grow beyond them. It is about saying, I may not be there yet, but I can get there. How do you master self-belief? You start with small steps. Each day, remind yourself of your worth. Say to yourself, I am capable, I am enough, I can. These simple words are like seeds. If you water them daily, they grow into unshakable confidence. When doubt tries to tell you that you are weak, speak back with belief. Replace every I can't with I can. Replace every I am not enough with I am more than enough. Over time, these choices build a strong foundation inside you. Life will always bring criticism. People will not always understand you. They may laugh at your dreams or try to pull you down. But when you are anchored in self-belief, their words cannot define you. You know your worth and no one can take that away. Even when you fail, and you will fail, sometimes you will see failure not as the end, but as a step on the way forward. Self-belief also gives you the courage to take action. Many people never reach their dreams because they doubt themselves too much to even start. They wait for someone else to believe in them first. But the truth is, no one's belief matters more than your own. The moment you decide, I believe in myself, you give yourself permission to move, to try, to grow. Remember this, life may break you, but it cannot destroy you if you keep your belief alive. That belief will gather the broken pieces of your heart and mind, and it will rebuild you stronger than before. Doubt makes you weak, but belief makes you unstoppable. So whenever you face setbacks, hold tight to this truth. You are capable. You are enough. You can. And as long as you believe that, nothing can stop you. 4. Resilience, the power of getting back up. Falling down is not failure. Staying down island, every person you admire, every leader, every hero, every champion has fallen many times in life. They have faced rejection, defeat, and disappointment. But what makes them different is this. They refused to stay on the ground. They chose to rise again. That choice is called resilience. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking, like a tree in a strong storm. When the wind howls and the rain beats down, the tree sways, but it does not snap. When the storm passes, the tree is still standing. That is how you must be when life knocks you over. You may bend, you may hurt, you may cry, but you will not break. You will rise again. Think about the times in your own life when you felt defeated. Maybe you failed an exam, lost a game, or were told no when you wanted something deeply. In that moment, it may have felt like the end, but it wasn't. You survived. You found a way to keep moving. That is resilience already living inside you. The more you practice it, the stronger it grows. Resilience does not mean you feel no pain. It does not mean you never cry or never struggle. It means you do not let those feelings chain you down. You give yourself permission to feel, but then you rise. You wipe your tears. You gather your strength and you try again. Every time you do that, you build a tougher spirit. Think of a warrior in battle. A warrior is not strong because he never gets wounded. He is strong because even when wounded, he keeps fighting. He does not give up until the victory is won. In the same way, resilience is your warrior spirit. It is your refusal to quit, no matter how many times you are knocked down. Resilience is also built from small acts. When you fall, get back up quickly, even if it's a small fall. When you fail, try again, even in a small way. Each time you rise, you train your mind to know I can overcome. Soon, no setback feels permanent because you know you have the strength to keep moving forward. Remember, scars are not signs of weakness. They are marks of survival. They show that you have been through pain, but you refuse to be defeated. Every scar tells a story of courage. Wear them with pride because they remind you of your strength. Life will test you again and again. It will throw challenges at you when you least expect them, but resilience will be your shield. It will remind you that you are stronger than you think. It will whisper in your ear when you feel tired. Stand up, try once more. You can do this. So the next time you fall, and you will, don't see it as the end. See it as another chance to prove how strong you really are. Remember, the most powerful people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who fall 100 times and get back up 101 times. That is resilience. That is power. And if you hold on to it, no storm, no failure, no setback can ever keep you down. 5. The discipline of daily habits. Strength is not built in a single day. It is built step by step, through small choices you make every day. Many people think great success comes from one big moment of courage. But the truth is, greatness comes from the little habits you build when no one is watching. Discipline is what turns ordinary people into strong and unstoppable people. What is discipline? Discipline is doing what you know is right, even when you don't feel like it. It is keeping your promises to yourself. It is choosing effort over ease, focus over laziness, patience over anger. Every time you choose discipline, you lay a brick in the foundation of your strength. Over time, those bricks form a wall so strong that nothing can knock you down. Think of a farmer. Each day he rises early, plants seeds, waters the soil, and cares for his land. He does this even when he feels tired, even when the sun is hot, even when the work feels endless. Day by day, his discipline brings results. The crops grow and his family is fed. In the same way, your daily habits are seeds. With discipline, they grow into the life you want. Without discipline, nothing grows. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about consistency. You do not need to win every single battle with yourself, but you must keep showing up. Wake up when you said you would. Finish the task you promised yourself. Control your temper when you feel it rising. These are small victories, but each one strengthens your mind. The problem is, comfort will always call your name. Comfort will tell you, rest now, skip this, give up. But comfort never makes you stronger. Discipline does. The path of discipline feels hard in the moment, but it gives you pride later. The path of comfort feels easy now, but it brings regret later. Every choice you make builds your future. Think of great athletes, musicians, or leaders. They were not born with all their skill. They trained daily. They practiced when no one cared. They worked when they felt tired. Their discipline turned them into masters. You have the same power. If you build small daily habits, you too can become strong in whatever you choose. The beauty of discipline is that it builds on itself. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. At first it feels heavy, like carrying a great weight, but with time your strength grows. What once felt impossible becomes normal. What once felt hard becomes natural. When life breaks you, it is discipline that holds you together. When storms come, your habits will be the anchor that keeps you steady. Storms come, your habits will be the anchor that keeps you steady. Because discipline does not depend on feelings, it depends on choices. And choices are always in your control, so start small. Choose one habit to build today, keep your word to yourself, and then tomorrow, add another. Day by day, you will grow stronger. And one day, you will look back and realize that the fortress of your mind was built not by chance, but by the discipline of daily habit. 6. Turning pain into fuel. Pain is something no one can escape. Every person, no matter who they are, will face moments of hurt, loss, or disappointment. Some people let pain destroy them. They sink into hopelessness and give up. Others use pain as fuel. They take the fire of suffering and turn it into power to move forward. The choice is always yours. Think of an athlete who loses an important race. He could decide that he is not good enough and quit. Or he could use the pain of that loss to train harder, run faster, and come back stronger. The same pain that could have broken him becomes the very thing that pushes him toward victory. That is what it means to turn pain into fuel. Pain carries energy. If you let it, that energy will turn into bitterness and weakness. But if you choose, that same energy can drive you to work harder, grow wiser, and fight stronger. Imagine a fire. If left uncontrolled, it burns everything down. But if you place it inside a furnace, it forges steel. Your pain is the fire. If you guide it, it can shape you into something unbreakable. When life hurts you, do not ask, "Why me?" That question only traps you. Instead, ask, "What can I do with this pain? How can it make me stronger?" These questions shift your focus from suffering to growth. You cannot always control what happens, but you can control what you do with it. Think of people who faced great struggles but rose above them. Some lost everything they owned, yet they built their lives again stronger than before. Some were rejected many times, yet they kept trying until they reached success. Their secret was not the absence of pain. It was their decision to use pain as a teacher and a guide. You can do the same. Write down what hurt you. Acknowledge it, then turn it into a reason to rise. Say to yourself, "Because I suffered this loss, I will work harder. Because I felt this pain, I will not waste my life. Because I was broken, I will become stronger." In this way, pain stops being a chain and becomes a ladder. It is also important to remember that pain teaches compassion. When you have been broken, you understand the hurt of others. That understanding makes you kinder, wiser, and more patient. Your pain does not only fuel your own growth, it allows you to lift others who are struggling. Do not fear pain. Do not run from it. Face it, use it, and let it guide you. Every tear can become strength. Every scar can become proof that you survived. Every heartbreak can become the reason you fight harder. Pain will visit you in life, that is certain, but whether it destroys you or builds you depends on the choice you make. Let it burn you down and you will stay broken. Use it as fuel and you will rise higher than you ever imagined. So the next time life hurts you, remember this is not the end. This is the beginning of a new fire inside you, and that fire, if you guide it, will turn your pain into the fuel that drives your greatness. Then the power of purpose. When life breaks you, it is purpose that puts the pieces back together. Without purpose, pain feels like empty suffering, but with purpose, pain becomes part of your journey. Purpose gives meaning to your struggles. It gives direction when you feel lost. It gives strength when you feel weak. What is purpose? Purpose is your why. It is the reason you get up in the morning and keep moving, even when life is hard. It is the fire inside you that refuses to die. Some people live without purpose, just going through the motions, waiting for life to happen. But those who live with purpose know where they are going. They may face storms, but their purpose is the compass that keeps them on course. Think of the great leaders and dreamers of history. They faced prisons, failures, and ridicule, yet they did not quit, because their purpose was stronger than their pain. Martin Luther King Jr. endured hatred and threats, but he kept going because his purpose was justice. Nelson Mandela lost years of his life in prison, but he endured because his purpose was freedom. Their lives show us that purpose gives strength greater than fear. Purpose is not only for famous people. You have a purpose too. It may be to serve your family, to use your talent, to help others, to create something meaningful, or to grow into the best version of yourself. When you discover it, your struggles begin to make sense. A setback becomes a lesson. A failure becomes training. Even pain becomes a tool that shapes you for your mission. Finding your purpose takes reflection. Ask yourself, what do I care about deeply? What do I want to give to the world? What do I want my life to stand for? Your answers may not come all at once, but if you keep asking, you will discover the path meant for you. When you have a clear purpose, distractions lose their power. Small insults, temporary failures, and short-term setbacks no longer shake you. Why? Because you know where you are going. Imagine a traveler walking toward a mountain. Along the way, people may laugh, the road may be muddy, storms may arrive, but the traveler keeps walking because the mountain is waiting. That is the power of purpose. Purpose also gives you courage. When fear whispers you can't, your purpose shouts you must. When doubt tells you to stop, your purpose pushes you forward. With purpose, you can endure more than you ever thought possible. Even in your darkest days, your purpose can be a light. It reminds you that your story is not over, that your life has meaning beyond the moment of pain. You may not see the whole picture, but purpose assures you that every struggle is shaping you into who you are meant to be. So find your purpose, hold on to it, and live by it. Write it down. Remind yourself of it daily. Let it guide your choices and your actions. Because once your life is anchored in purpose, no storm can sink you. You may bend, but you will not break. Purpose is the strongest power you can carry within you. With it, nothing can stop you. Without it, even the smallest problem feels heavy. So choose purpose, live for it, and let it turn every trial into a step toward greatness. 8. Letting go of what you can't control. One of the greatest reasons people suffer is because they hold too tightly to things they cannot control. They cling to outcomes, to expectations, and to people, hoping everything will go the way they imagine. But life does not always listen to our wishes. Sometimes plans fall apart. Sometimes people change. Sometimes events happen that we could never have stopped, no matter how hard we tried. If we refuse to let go, we only add more pain to the pain we already feel. Letting go is not about giving up. It is about understanding the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. You cannot control the weather, but you can control how you prepare for the rain. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. You cannot control every outcome, but you can control your effort, your attitude, and your choices. That is where your power lies. Think of a river. The water flows forward, always moving, always adapting. When it meets a rock, it does not stop or fight. It bends around the obstacle and keeps flowing. That is how we must live. If you try to fight every rock in the river, you will exhaust yourself. But if you learn to flow around what you cannot change, you will keep moving forward with peace. Cannot change, you will keep moving forward with peace. Many people suffer because they spend their days replaying the past or worrying about the future. They ask, what if I had done this differently? Or what if things go wrong tomorrow? But the past is gone and the future has not yet come. You cannot change what is already over, and you cannot control what has not yet arrived. All you can do is live in the present and make the best choices with what you have right now. Letting go also means releasing the need to control people. You cannot force someone to like you, to stay with you, or to see the world the way you do. Everyone walks their own path. The more you try to hold on to people who are meant to leave, the more you hurt yourself. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself. The right people will walk beside you, and the wrong people will drift away. Both are part of the journey. Letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is strength to say this is not in my hands, so I will not waste my energy on it. That strength frees your heart. It gives you peace. It allows you to place your energy on what truly matters. Your growth, your purpose, your future. Start small. When something minor upsets you, like waiting in a long line or facing a delay, practice letting it go. Remind yourself, this is not worth my peace. As you practice with small things, you will grow stronger at letting go of bigger challenges. Life will always bring moments you cannot control, but you can always control how you face them. Choose to release what weighs you down. Choose to let go of what is outside your hands, and choose to place your energy where it can truly make a difference. The moment you learn this, you become free. You stop wasting your strength on battles you can never win. You walk lighter, calmer, stronger. And in that freedom, you discover true peace. 9. Training. Calmness in chaos. Calmness is not weakness. Calmness is power. In moments of chaos, most people lose control. They panic, they shout, they act without thinking. But the person who stays calm has the greatest advantage. Calmness keeps the mind clear, and a clear mind can see solutions that a panicked mind cannot. Think of a fire breaking out in a crowded place. Some people run wildly, making the situation worse. Others freeze, unable to move. But the calm person looks for the exit, helps others, and makes wise choices. Their calmness saves them. It saves others too. This is why calmness in chaos is a strength greater than shouting or panicking. Training calmness does not happen in one day. It is like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it grows. Start with small daily situations. When someone angers you, pause before you speak. When something unexpected happens, breathe before you react. When stress rises, remind yourself this moment will pass. These little acts of control train your mind to stay steady when bigger storms arrive. Calmness also comes from trust. Trust that no matter how bad the situation looks, you have the strength to face it. Trust that every storm eventually ends. Just as night always turns to day, chaos always gives way to calm. Believing this truth allows you to breathe deeply, even when the world around you feels heavy. Think of a warrior in battle. If he panics, he makes mistakes, but if he remains calm, he can see clearly and act with wisdom. You are no different. Life is your battlefield. Chaos will come, but if you remain calm, you can move with strategy instead of fear. Another way to train calmness is through preparation. Many people panic because they expect life to always be smooth. When it is not, they are shocked. But if you accept that problems will come, you stop being surprised by them. You face them with steady courage. It is like a sailor preparing for a storm before going to sea. When the waves rise, he is ready. Calmness also protects your health. Anger, fear, and panic burn your energy and leave you drained. But calmness keeps your body steady, your heart slower, your mind sharper. It is not only a tool for survival, but also for long life. Do not confuse calmness with indifference. Being calm does not mean you don't care. It means you care enough to respond wisely instead of reacting wildly. It means you control the situation instead of letting the situation control you. Practice calmness every day. When someone criticizes you, stay silent for a moment before you answer. When things do not go your way, remind yourself that worry will not fix them. When life feels heavy, breathe deeply and remind yourself of your strength. Over time, this calmness will become part of who you are. Chaos will always come. That is life. But when others panic, you will remain steady. When others lose control, you will stand strong. And in that calmness, you will find your greatest power. The power to endure, to lead, and to overcome anything. 10. Rising stronger than before. When life breaks you, you stand at a crossroad. One path is to remain broken, to let the pain define you, to give up. The other path is to rise again, not only as you were before, but stronger, wiser, and more unshakable. The choice may feel hard, but it is always yours to make. Life's hardest blows are never meant to end your story. They are meant to shape you into someone greater. Think of a diamond. Before it shines, it is just a rough stone buried deep in the earth. Only through pressure and fire does it become something rare and beautiful. In the same way, you are shaped by the challenges you survive. What feels like destruction is often transformation. Rising stronger does not mean forgetting your pain. It means using it. Every setback can teach you something. Every heartbreak can open your heart to deeper compassion. Every failure can sharpen your focus. The strength you carry tomorrow will come from the struggles you survived today. Think of a sword. It is not strong the moment it is made. It must be placed into fire, hammered again and again, cooled and shaped until it becomes sharp and powerful. The same is true for you. The fire of life may hurt, but it forges you into someone who cannot be broken easily. When you choose to rise stronger, you prove to yourself that you are greater than the circumstances that tried to destroy you. You take control of your story. Others may see your scars, but you know they are not marks of weakness. They are marks of survival. They show that you endured, that you fought, and that you refused to stay down. To rise stronger, you must shift your mind. Stop asking, why did this happen to me, and start asking, what can I build from this? When you see your struggle as the beginning of something new instead of the end of something old, you step into power. Remember, rising stronger does not happen all at once. It happens step by step. It happens when you wake up one more morning and decide to keep going. It happens when you choose courage over fear, effort over comfort, hope over despair. Each small step adds to your strength until one day you look back and realize how far you've come. The world is watching you not to see if you fall, but to see if you rise. And when you do, you become an example to others who are struggling. Your story becomes proof that brokenness is not the end. Your story becomes hope for someone who feels like giving up. By rising, you not only lift yourself, you light the way for others. So when life breaks you, do not remain in the ashes. Stand up, rise with greater wisdom, rise with deeper courage, rise with unshakable strength. Let your pain become your teacher, your scars become your armor, and your story become your victory. In the end, you are not defined by what knocked you down. You are defined by how you stood up again. Rise stronger, sharper, unstoppable. Because nothing, not pain, not loss, not failure, can defeat a